Gulls are a great organization. I mean, I always felt San Diego was going to be a viable hockey market. I remember talking back in the days when the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks front offices decided that we needed a Pacific division in the American Hockey League. And next thing you know, we had an 8-team Pacific division because all the teams out west in the NHL had working agreements in places like Providence and Syracuse and St. John's, Newfoundland. It was impossible to get players to your club if you had a siege of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So they came up with the idea, let's expand the American Hockey League, and they came up with a formula that every NHL team had to have an AHL affiliation at the top tier of minor league hockey. And they located all these franchises out here, and the Gulls are the flag carrier for the Pacific Division. I mean, they average 8,000 to 9,000 per game. After Christmas, when they've been winning, they've had a couple of years, they draw 12,000 every Saturday night or every Friday night. It's really become a cool thing to do, and hockey's gone through a rebirth across America. And go back to my melting pot statement, San Diego's a melting pot for hockey fans. I was asked, when the American Hockey League announced they were expanding to San Diego, I was asked to come MC an event at Sports Arena. And we didn't know how many were going to show up. And I kept telling the Ducks people that this is a great hockey market. We had on a Sunday afternoon in February, 8,300 people came to the Sports Arena for the debut of Gulls hockey, meet the team, et cetera. I mean, it was a fascinating thing. And they've been really good. They've been one of the top teams in the league over the last 6 years. They had a bit of a sub-down season last year because of the pandemic. Did not play any home games. They played up in Anaheim, which is really tough on the players. But it's a new year, new coach, Roy Somner, has won 808 games in the American Hockey League. Spent 26 years in the San Jose Sharks system. He's an old dog guy, but he knows how to develop players. So he has come in the front door. Now, the Gulls are opening this weekend on the road in Grand Rapids. They come back next week. They start the home schedule with the Ontario Reign. The team has to replace its 2 leading scorers, has to replace 6 defensemen, has to replace 84 goals on the roster. It's going to be a very, very different hockey team under a brand new coach. But they got 2 veteran goalies, both back, Ale Anderson-Ek and Lucas Dostal. Dostal is on the brink of becoming an NHL goaltender. He's that close. He's really, really good. But what they've done is they've gone out and they got a goal scorer from the Calgary farm system. Actually, they got 2 guys from the Calgary farm system. They got number 1 draft pick defenseman who had been with the Vancouver Canucks. They brought back a guy that was with the New Jersey Devils last year in Chase DeLeo, who's been very productive while he was a Gull. He left as a free agent. Now he's come back. So they've got veteran firepower to go with a couple of young guys the Gulls have sent here. But to me, the most critical thing is not only Roy Somner's history as a coach developing players in the A, they got 2 goaltenders who are really good, and Dostal is really good. And Dostal is 1 phone call away from going to the NHL and playing for the Anaheim Ducks. And, the Ducks roster is made up of San Diego Gulls alumni. I mean, it's amazing how many high draft picks have come through here. So long answer to your question. Hockey is big in San Diego. This place is a melting pot of people from everywhere. When I emceed that event at the Sports Arena, you could not walk around the corridors of the Sports Arena without seeing somebody wearing a Red Wings jersey, a Maple Leafs jersey, a Montreal jersey.
Nice.
I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal. And their Friday night, Saturday night games, man, that building rocks. And if you have a good team, that building really rocks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a great time. And I think it's so special. We have this in San Diego, even though they're playing in that dump of the Sports Arena, but hopefully that's going to get remodeled and we're going to get a new facility there. But you have a history doing play-by-play for hockey. I mean, all across the country. Remind the viewers kind of a little bit more of your hockey background.
Well, I came out of a hockey background. I'm a guy who grew up in the Northeast. I grew up in hockey. And my first job broadcasting was minor league hockey. You remember the movie Slapshot?
Oh, yeah.
Slapshot was the league that I was in, as the Eastern Hockey League.
Oh, nice.
And 80% of the stories in Slapshot are true. And 80% of the guys in that movie of Slapshot were guys that were in our league, and some of them were my teammates, including the starting goaltender in Slapshot was our starting goaltender in Mohawk Valley.
Nice.
So I came out of a hockey background. I spent 4 years in the minor leagues, riding the bus, drinking beer. We called it the brotherhood of the bus. Tough life. My God, it's really hard. But all those stories in Slapshot are true. And then I went to the World Hockey Association. I did the Cleveland Crusaders and the Indianapolis Racers. I was in Indy when Gretzky was a rookie, and he was there for about 4 weeks before they sold him to Edmonton. And we know the story of what the Oilers became. So I continue to be a huge hockey fan, in addition to all the other things that I cover and like to cover.